welcome to the Community Television Consortium's 4th Annual Stark County Schools Video Contest Winners Programs. And we have 2 programs we'll be showing you. Our first program is our Special Award winners, and our first 2 guests are Maria Calandros and Amber Frudig. Amber, what school are you from?
Duver.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
3rd.
Okay, and what was your video about?
We did a unit on metamorphosis from frog to tadpole, and we brought one of our tadpoles with us. We have 4, and we have only 1 left that hasn't metamorphosized yet.
Okay, well, I know you've got your hat on, and I wanted to present you, and Mayor Watkins mentioned how much he enjoyed your hats. Mayor Watkins wrote a personal letter to your teacher and your classroom, and we also wanted to present you with our first place award here, the Mayor's Award from the Community Television Consortium.
Okay.
Okay, let's watch your tape.
We are studying the changes that take place from tadpole to frog. We have 4 tadpoles. We have had them since February 15th.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Eggers. We got them when they had no legs. Today, March 5th, 3 of them have legs. This change is called metamorphosis.
Our bullfrogs, when full-grown bullfrogs are 6 to 10 inches long. Kevin Butcher from the University of Toledo wrote the Brilliant Rap to help teach you about frogs. We would like to share it with you.
has been Maria Calandros and Amber Frutig representing the 3rd grade at Duber Elementary School, winners of the Mayor's Award. Next we have the Governor's Award. Stay with us. Our next 2 winners are winners of the Governor's Award. We have Jill Calandros and Sarah Mosser. Sarah, what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
Okay, what school do you go to?
Franklin.
You go to Franklin, and that's in the Massillon City Schools?
Yes.
Okay, now what is your video about?
When the Rooster Crowed is the title, and it's about farm animals. We did a unit on farm animals.
Okay, and did you have, the costumes are really nice. Did you make the costumes?
Yeah, the kids made them. We did it during center time. They had a fun time doing them.
Okay, and this was performed as a live performance?
Yes, it was a live performance for 1st grade and another kindergarten class.
Okay, well, the CTC would like to present you with the Governor's Award.
Thank you.
Okay, you did a really good job, so let's watch your video.
When the cow went moo, and the rooster crowed 5 more minutes, said the farmer. When the horse went neigh, and the rooster crowed and a few more minutes, said the farmer. When the pigs went oink, oink, and the rooster crowed in a half a minute, said the farmer. When the chickens went cluck, 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 and the rooster crowed in a second, said the farmer. When the farmer's wife yelled, Albert! And the rooster crowed, in a second, said the farmer. But when the cows went, moo, and the horses went, neigh, and the pigs went, oink, oink, and the chickens went, cluck, 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 and the farmer's wife yelled, Albert! And the rooster crowed, all at the same time. And the farmer said, all right!
That was Jill Calandros and Sarah Mosser, who are winners of the Governor's Award. Stay with us. We've got the Congressional Award winner next. Our next 2 guests are winners of the Congressional Award. We have Margaret J. Riffle and Jana Geisinger. And you are from where?
Corral Elementary.
Okay, and you're in what program in the Massillon City Schools?
Tiger.
Okay, and what grade is that?
4th.
What does TIGER stand for?
TIGER stands for Teaching Intellectually Gifted with Educational Resources.
Okay, what's the name of your video?
The name of our video is Einstein versus Frankenstein.
And real briefly, what does that mean?
And that just means that the two frogs in the video kind of undergo a metamorphosis during the video, and they watch an Einstein-type character turn into a Frankenstein-type through the use of drugs.
Okay, well, we're very honored to be mentioned in your Tiger Tales newsletter, and we'd like to present you with a letter from Ralph Regula, Congressman Regula. He has some comments. He really enjoyed your video, and also from us, First Place Award, the Congressional Award, and we'll look for you. You're one of the frogs. You're Froglin. Okay, so let's watch your video.
One name consistently associated with the high level of human intelligence and human creativity is Albert Einstein, best known for his development of the theory of relativity. Einstein's thinking led to advances such as harnessing atomic energy. Each of us is certainly not an Einstein, however, we have the potential to do wonderful things with our minds. We can create basically anything if we try. In fact, we have created two bullfrogs, Phoebe and Froglin. Let's join them as they chat by their pond.
Isn't this a beautiful spring evening, Froglin? Now that the weather has warmed up, I think we're going to have a feast of flies, bees, and dragonflies. Get your sticky tongue ready.
Oh, Phoebe, you're the most optimistic amphibian I know.
Why, thank you, Froglin. Listen, do you hear that?
Don't worry, Phoebe. That's just the spring peepers making their mating calls.
Mating calls?
Yes. The male enlarges its vocal sac in order to make the mating call. You can hear this noise for almost a mile.
Wow. Is it true that the female rides on the male's back when she goes to lay her eggs?
You're hopping right. Do you know what happens when the eggs hatch?
Beats me.
Tadpoles come from the eggs. One by one, the tadpoles eventually turn into frogs. This metamorphosis takes about 3 months.
Cool. I like the sound of that word. Metamorphosis. You know what else, Froglin?
No. What else, Phoebe?
Well, I was talking to Cousin Toadina the other day, and she was complaining about her rough skin. I'm so glad my skin is smooth.
Yes, Phoebe. You're lucky in that respect. You don't have to use as much Anthrasilk lotion.
Listen, what's that I hear?
We're being joined by our worst enemies, Homo sapiens, humans.
Quick, hide under those lily pads.
It's at times like this I appreciate my balding eyes. I have a pretty good handle on what's all around me.
Look what I learned in art class today.
Wow, that's neat. Is that origami?
It's my origami frog. Origami is really magic because you can make all kinds of fun things just by folding paper.
Not to change the subject, but did you guys hear the speaker in health class today?
You mean the one talking about drug abuse?
That's the one. Do you think just trying a few drugs can be so radical?
I know that drugs can destroy you.
How do you know it?
I've read lots of books and listened to lots of shows on why we shouldn't do drugs.
What?
It's really scary what drugs can do to your attitude and personality. Like what? A person who has talent, like you, and a really great future can do a complete turnaround. Drugs can cause them to lose their focus. They can become grumpy, silent, withdrawn, and their grades drop. Some even turn to crime. It's almost like Einstein turning into Frankenstein.
Isn't that a bit drastic?
Not at all. Go talk to someone who has messed up their life with drugs, then decide if I'm being drastic. I don't need any proof, thank you. I like being creative too much to even consider experimenting with drugs. I prefer my experiments in the science lab. You're right, Jackie. We only have one brain and one chance to go through life. There's too much I want to do to take a chance on trashing it.
As much as I hate to admit it, you two always make sense. It's just not always easy when you're different from your friends.
When it's hard to do what's right, just remember you have to go through life as you. Most of your friends will go in different directions, but you're stuck with yourself.
When you put it that way, it's not so hard to just say no.
Let's go. I need to get some more paper.
Humans certainly are an interesting bunch. I'm never sure where their conversations will lead.
True. I'm hopeful those kids will stay on the right track.
The part about their talk I didn't get was the Einstein versus Frankenstein stuff. Suppose we should be concerned about that?
Hopefully not. Let's think about our next vacation. Where do you want to go?
Any place except Antarctica.
Thanks for coming this evening.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the CTC President's Award winners. Stay with us. Our next two guests are winners of the CTC President's Award. We have Barb Ewing and Jen Midcap. And you're here from what school?
Lake Middle School.
And what grade are you in?
7th.
Okay, and this was for what particular class?
Language arts.
And how was this a special project?
Yes, it was. It was a special project that I assigned to all my students in keeping in line with our curriculum. We always do process speeches every year, and when the opportunity for this contest came, I thought what better way than to use their talents and to enter the contest.
Now, did you taste the cookies before you entered the contest?
I did not. I waited until it was done, and they were delicious.
Okay, now, Jen, I too am a cheerleader, although an alumni cheerleader, which means old. But I did get you the Golden Pom Pom Award that you can give to the other. It's the coveted Golden Pom Pom Award. And I also have the CTC President's Award for you.
Thank you so much.
It was a wonderful entry.
Thank you.
So let's watch your video now.
Okay, thank you.
Ready? Okay. If you want a treat that's hard to beat, we've got something sweet to eat. Like, oh my gosh, that was like so totally awesome, you guys. Like, hi, like we're gonna show you how to make like no-bake cookies. And we're gonna like show you through the recipe. It's like gonna be like so much fun. Like I love doing this like kind of stuff. It's like so cool. Here we go. Number 1, here to stay. 2 cups of sugar, come your way. Number 2, the next thing to do. Half cup of milk. Move, move, move over, butter. But just half a cup. Don't let it get eaten by your pup. Number 4, just a few more. 4 teaspoons of cocoa, it'll make you go loco. Put it on the stove, wait till it boils, 'cause if you don't, it'll probably spoil. Then, number 5, staying alive. 3 cups of oatmeal, taking a dive. Oatmeal, taking a dive, taking a dive. Oatmeal, taking a dive, taking a dive. Number 6, near to mix. 1/4 cup of peanut butter. It really sticks. Number 7, smells like heaven. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can get some at the 7-Eleven. Stir it up in a bowl. Then you should get a foil roll. Take a teaspoon, spoon it out. Now that we're done, hear us shout. Go! We made the cookies like we should. We're finished now, and they're good.
We'll have to try those as soon as we're off this segment. Thanks for coming. This has been Barb Ewing and Jen Midcap from Lake Middle School. Next up, we have the Award of Excellence. Stay with us. next two guests are winners of the Award of Excellence. We have Sue Manak and Stephen Borrell. And you're from what school?
Genoa.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
4th.
Now, your video was very educational, so you want to tell us what your video is about?
Sure. It was titled Plastic in Our Lives, and our kids did some research on how we use plastic in our everyday lives, and they decided to put on a little skit to teach people about where plastic is used.
Okay, well, it was really fun. Now, you had a part in this. What part were you in?
The grocer and Harry.
Okay, well, we'll have to watch for you. Now, we have an award here that we'd like to present you from the Community Television Consortium. This is Award of Excellence. It's a first place award, and we'd like to congratulate you on your video. So let's watch it now.
Oh, thank you.
Why you should be trusted in plastic. It's in our stores, homes, schools, and businesses, and it's in our garbage. We need to better understand the role plastic plays in our lives and learn how to make informed decisions regarding its use, reuse, and disposal. Let's begin our plastic journey at the Medical Center with Nurse Nikki. Nurse Nikki, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Ryan is here today to see if he has broken his wrist. I took this plastic x-ray. It is not broken. I'll put this plastic splint on to make it better.
Do you use plastic in any other way?
Yes, and I'm going to.
I'm out of here! Our unseen reporter Rick wants to show us the use of plastic in his car.
Hi, I'm here. I want to show you all the plastic in this car. No plastic steering wheel, stereo, knobs, and handles are plastic. Outside, there's a plastic running board, bumper, book shoe. How about that? Plastic. Mount Elementary School next to Seattle Plastic. It's there.
Hi, I'm Ned, the newsman from GENOA News.
Hi, my name is Hard Hat Harry. I'm here at the school fixing this telephone line. The plastic coating needs to be removed. There, I'm done now. Let's see if it works.
Great! The principal uses plastic. Hi, GENOA News here.
Come in. As you can see, I use plenty of plastic all day long. From my plastic pen to my plastic computer. Look around, see all the plastic in my office.
Mr. Kessler, Mrs. Shacklin didn't send her son to school today.
Okay, I'll call her on my phone made of plastic.
Eddie, please bring me a plastic bag for this plastic waste basket. Hello? He has a cough. I gave him some medicine. He'll be back tomorrow. Bye now.
One more place. A place we all regularly visit. The grocery store. Our camera crew is at the local grocery store. Greg the grocer. Greg, can you hear me all right?
Hi. So you want to see if the grocery store has plastic in it? I'd be glad to show you. I have some things to put away. Just look at these items. This meat will have to be put away first. It's covered in a plastic wrap and a plastic tray. Here are some other items made of plastic. Coffee, cookies, hand soap, yogurt, cottage cheese, butter, things we all need. Toothbrush and toothpaste.
Thank you, Greg. You sure showed us how plastic is used in our everyday lives. As you see, we've taught you how to rely on the heavily plastic products. Plastic makes up a large part of America's solid waste. We must get serious if we want to preserve our environment. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. We can feel good about doing our part in the war on waste.
Sue Manak and Stephen Borrell from Genoa Elementary School and the Perry Local Schools. All of us here at the CTC would like to thank all of the teachers and students who entered from all across Stark County. This wraps up the Special Awards Winners Program of the 4th Annual Stark County Schools Video Contest. Thanks for joining us.
Feeling down? Depressed? Feel like getting high? Just remember, it's a long way down.
7 continents are large and broad. They stretch from one ocean to another. You can learn their names, and here's the way. They nearly all begin with the letter A. 7 continents make up the world. Let's name them all so we can get up. Asia, Africa, America, South, Australia, Antarctica, and Europe.
My name is Trina, and this is Karen Cove. We're here to talk to you about a very beneficial program where kids get medical care for no cost. Free doctor's visits, immunizations, outpatient surgery, diagnostic tests, prescription drug, vision benefit. Helping kids today can affect everyone tomorrow. For more information, call 1-800-548-KIDS.
Good evening and welcome to the Community Television Consortium's 4th Annual Stark County Schools Video Contest Winners Program. We have our first place award winners in this program, and our first two guests are Margaret J. Riffle and Matthew Bork. What school are you from?
Emerson.
Okay, and you're in what program?
Tiger.
The Tiger program. Okay, another Tiger program student. And what grade are you in?
Third.
Third grade. Okay, and you're the teacher of the Tiger program, and you've won another award, the Congressional Award. So do you want to tell us what the name of this video is?
This video is called From the Knee Down.
Okay.
And it's basically about shoes and feet.
Okay. Well, we have our first place award winners for your class and you, and we appreciate your entry. Well, let's watch this award-winning entry right now.
Happy feet, I've got those happy feet. Give them a low down beat, and they begin dancing. I've got those 10 little tapping toes. And
Pizza.
you. It's a stinky job, but someone has to do it. Hi, my name's Stink. I'm a shoe. Today, we'll be talking about shoes and feet. 70,000 miles. That's how far the average person runs and walks during their lifetime. That's like walking nearly 3 times around the world. The amazing creation that allows to accomplish this amazing feat, no pun intended, is the human foot. First of all, it acts like a platform to help you stand up. Each foot consists of 26 bones called the tarsus, the metatarsus, and the phalanges. Tendons are tough cords of tissue that connect the bones to the muscles. In the 1st century AD, the Romans used animal tendons to power their rock-throwing catapults. Ligaments are strong, flexible bands of tissue that connect bones to each other. The bones, tendons, and ligaments are a team that allow your foot to move. They also protect it. Footwear was developed to help protect your feet. Cave dwellers trapped leaves, bark, and animal hides on their feet for protection. Later, the Chinese wore shoes made of cloth, wood, and animal fur. Some shoes, such as the earliest sandals worn by Greek and Roman soldiers, gave little protection but were easy to wear. Other footwear, such as the armor worn by knights in the Middle Ages, gave lots of protection. However, it was stiff and made movement difficult. Shoes have been a sign of fashion for centuries. In the 1300s, men in Europe wore shoes called krakows. The toes of these shoes were so long they had to be fastened to the knee to keep the men from tripping over them. In the 1600s, the Indian peoples of Central and South America helped to develop sneakers. They discovered a white sap oozing from the caoutchouc tree. The people used this sap to make bouncing balls and waterproof bottles. They also dipped their feet in large bowls of it. When it dried, they had thin pairs of waterproof and insect-proof shoes. What a long way we've come from the caoutchouc tree. Shoes today are no longer worn just for protection and fashion. They have become a status symbol. Americans today spend about $2 billion each year on sneakers just for kids. That's about twice as much as they spend on books for kids. When you stop and think about it, that's mind-boggling. Shh, it's starting.
There were 10 little toes that lived in some shoes, all sizes, all colors, all shapes, all new. Some toes pinch, some toes spread, some toes says, ooh, I like this fit. The life of a shoe is off on that. All day you squash and mash and splat. At times the odor is tough to take, and sweat can make me ache and ache. The best thing of my life is that I travel and see both this and that. When you was sorry, life I live, a little wash and carry can freely get. And shine to my days, the rest to my next. I'll do my job and I'll do it just right. Yeah.
Happy feet, I've got those happy.
This has been Margaret J. Riffle and Matthew Bork from the Tiger program of the Massillon City Schools. Thank you for coming, and thank you for all the hard work you put into your videos. Next up, we have another award-winning video. Stay with us. Our next two first-place award winners are Gail Boring and Ashley Watson. And you're from what school, Ashley?
Fraser.
Okay, and what grade are you in?
2nd.
Okay, now what was the name of your video?
The Big Block of Chocolate.
Okay, why was it called that?
Well, the whole unit was comprised around the idea of chocolate and different things we did with chocolate.
Okay, did they make up some sort of a product, a chocolate product?
Yes, we made chocolates and caramels, and then they also made a commercial advertising different chocolate products.
Okay, well, I'd like to present you with your first place award. It was a wonderful video.
Thank you.
Now let's watch your video, okay?
And I am here to show you some of the things we did on chocolate.
Dressing with M&M.
And a good deal. My magic hand pledge is $3 for $1. My ingredients are salt, sugar, cocoa, cinnamon, black, and of course, chocolate. You put them on your hand. Then in a couple of minutes, it will disappear. I have a picture showing it in my hand. You can buy it at any local store. We are here to tell you about Everlasting Gobstoppers, $1 for every piece. Candy that lasts forever. The ingredients are sugar, water, and Dr. Pepper. You can buy at any store. Hi, my name is Ashley and this is my partner Tiffany. We are selling flickable wallpaper. It costs 50 cents. You can buy it at any candy store. The ingredients are chocolate and sugar, so lick away. Graphing with M&Ms. And I'm here to tell you about a book called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. 5 children, and only 5 children get to enter. One by one they disappear. What happens to them? Read and find out. I'd like to tell you about the book called Chocolate Fever by Robert Smith. Monkeypox, chocolate pox, just what disease the Serengeti had. Read it to find out. It's a great book to read. Our class poem is called Chocolate, Oh Chocolate. Chocolate, chocolate, oh chocolate, I love you so. Chocolate, oh chocolate, from my head to my toe. Chocolate, oh chocolate, the tasty delight. Chocolate, oh chocolate, from the very last bite. We had a great time doing the chocolate music. We hope you had fun watching it.
This has been Gail Boring and Ashley Watson from Fraser Elementary in the Plain Local Schools. Stay tuned for another first place winner. Our next 2 winners are also first place winners, and it's Jacqueline Blades and also Rachel Wacker. And like Margaret Ripple, you are a past winner before. And Rachel, I'd like to ask you what grade you're in.
I'm in the 8th grade.
Okay, and what school?
Pleasant View.
Okay, and that's a Plain Local Schools?
Yes, it is.
Okay, now have you been in any other videos?
Yes, I have. I was in the last place, or the last year's first place winner.
Okay, now what is this video about?
Well, it's called The Eras of Dance, and what the students did is they chose different eras of dance, and they self-choreographed with my help each of the dances, and then we put them together, and they were originally 3 to 4 minute dances, and then they put them all together to make a little composite under 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I'd like to present you with your first place award, and let's watch your video.
Category Dance, grade level 6 to 8, eras of dance. Early in the 15th century, court dancing was popular. Men and women dressed very elegantly and danced with grace to please royal courts. They did steps such as those in the waltz and other movements that vaguely resemble ballet. Women wore huge gowns and men dressed in the finest suits. The Romantic era lasted for most of the early 19th century. This period, from 1800 to 1840, was a time filled with fantasy and beauty. The music was highly imaginative and emotional. The female dancer became the focus of the stage as the male drifted to smaller roles. The ballerina danced on her toes and wore a long tutu. Flowers were used to enhance the emphasis of fantasy and imagination. The Romantic era's beauty faded away into the perfection of the Imperial Russian Ballet. The mid-19th century Imperial Russian Ballet followed the Romantic era. This form of ballet is a more modern version of the Romantic era. They are performing a selection from the ballet Swan Lake. In it they portray the four swans. Other examples of ballets from this period include Giselle, the Nutcracker, and Sleeping Beauty. First significant American-born ballet company was the Ballet Theater. American dancers joined this and other organizations in such numbers that they became primarily American companies. In large cities, ballet programs began to run for the whole season. In this era, there were 5 positions of the feet and were commonly used in dances. Other steps or movements that were commonly used are attitudes, arabesques, battements, and piquets. Tap dance is a style of American theatrical dance, distinguished by percussive footwork that marks out patterns on the floor. Tap is characterized by rapidly tapping toes and heels, usually in shoes fitted with metal tips. Tap dancing involved both black and white minstrel shows, revues, vaudeville, musical comedy, and film. At the studios of Del Sarte and Del Cruz. Modern is a very expressive form of dance. The moves are generally sharp yet flowing. Modern usually portrays the feelings and moods of the music. The movements are sometimes abstract in order to fully carry out the ideas and feelings. It combines the basic elements of dance from places all over the world. The Caribbean, Africa, and the Amazon rainforest are just a few examples. Jazz is a very popular form of dance that attracts large and enthusiastic audiences.
We really appreciate how talented the dancers are, all the dancers in your segment and all the costumes used. It was a wonderful video. Thanks for entering it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next up, we have another winner. Stay with us. Our next 2 first-place award winners are Raymond Young and Bob Severance. Bob, what school do you go to?
I attend Marlington High School.
Okay, and what class was this for?
This is out of Mr. Young's World History class.
Okay, and what was this video called?
Well, it was a newscast from the past, and they did David and Goliath.
Okay, and this
first segment.
And your?
I played Goliath, and I also played the introducer at the beginning of it.
Okay, okay. And this was for what kind of project?
Well, each semester they have to do a 4-minute newscast from the past. And this was their first semester project.
Okay, well, I'd like to present you with your first place award.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, and let's watch this video. We really enjoyed it.
And I'm Brian Marshaw. Tonight's top story is a tale of trust and triumph, a battle between good and evil. Let's go to our field reporter, Harry Goldstein, and one of the greatest matches of all time.
Today, we have for you probably what is one of the greatest matches of all time. We have for you here our first competitor, which is the Israelite David, the shepherd boy and shampoo maker. Now, David, excuse me, he's praying. David, may we have a word with you? Now, what do you think will happen in the fight today?
Well, Goliath's a big man, but my God is bigger, and I trust him to deliver me from the enemy.
It sounds like a good plan. So, what will you use to defeat this foe?
Well, I've taken 5 stones from the brook. And here's my slingshot. Oops, wrong time period. Here's my sling. With the sling and the stones, and my God, we shall defeat him.
Sounds like a good plan. Well, let's see what David's opponent Goliath thinks about this. The almighty Goliath of the Philistines. Who will challenge me? Who are you? They sent you to challenge a man like me? You're so puny in stature. I now, with the help of my god Dagon, will feed you to the birds.
Goliath, with my sling and this stone, I will defeat you. No, God no. God no. Why you come here with the sword and spear, and I come to you in the name of the Lord.
What are you going to do next?
I'm going to cut his head off.
Very inspirational. Now to a word from our sponsor.
After a hard day of sheep herding, I like to feel that fresh, clean feeling in my hair. So I use Heads and Shoulders. Now formulated with extra head.
I don't know. This side feels tingly, like it's doing something, but this inside, it feels alive, and oh God, it feels alive. Oh, what the heck? Oh my God, it's alive!
M2 for that lively feeling. Now available in the big bottles for goats and sheep.
It's Raymond Young and Bob Severance from Marlington High School, first place award winners. We loved your video. Next up, we have our public service announcement winners.
I'm here at Lathrop Elementary School with Dottie Critchlow's third grade class. They entered the CTC Warner Cable Video Contest and took third place in the PSA category.
It was a real treat for the children to receive the award with the pizza party. I hope it helps them realize that it takes a lot of thought and a lot of hard work, and when you put those two things together, then they're able to achieve success.
I'm here with Crystal, and she's going to tell us what she learned when she did her public service announcement.
I learned the continents.
I learned that there are 7 continents in the world. It was fun learning about the continents and the oceans, and it was fun doing the poem.
I like the party.
It was hard work, but it was worth it.
I think the funnest part about the party was the pizza. And the funnest part about making the poem was when we got to watch ourselves.
I'm here at Pleasant View School for the Arts with Gary Smith's class that took second place in the CTC video contest in the public service category. With me is Trina, who produced her PSA. Tell me a little bit about the PSA, Trina.
Well, first I used a program called Locomotion, and I did the opening. And what we did was we got some items, and I got a t-shirt and a bear costume, and we talked about the program, and then I got a slideshow from ClarisWorks. And I dubbed my voice over the slideshow, and then we ended up coming back to me, and that was basically the commercial.
Tell us what the hardest thing about producing a public service announcement was.
The timing, I couldn't keep it under 30 seconds. It was hard.
I'm here with the bear, or maybe everybody else knows her as Adrian. She was the bear in the public service announcement. Tell us about your role in that PSA.
Well, I was the bear, and I had a little part I got to wave.
As a camera operator, John, you're always behind the cam. Now that you're in front of the cam, anything you want to say?
I want to thank my computer teacher, Mr. Barr, and Miss Maley for supporting me throughout the whole thing. And the video tech class for sitting behind the camera trying to make me laugh really, really hard. And it's working.
Tell us about your experience as a camera operator. Where has this come from?
Well, I have the video tech class at Pleasant View, and it's really been helpful. And without that, I don't think I would have been able to do this, because I really wouldn't know what a camera was and how to use it.
I would like to thank Trina and all the other participants in the PSA video that was produced, and I would like to thank Warner Cable for the pizza that they provided us with. Thank you.
I'm here at Alliance High School with the first place winners in CTC's video contest in the PSA category. With me is Shane, who produced, wrote, and directed the PSA entitled A Long Way Down. Tell us a little bit about it, Shane.
It was quite a process in forming the whole PSA. Our whole class really collaborated on it to give it a final shape after it was written out. All of the ideas for the PSA came from the whole class. It was really a collaboration.
Well, we decided to sort of film in an abstract MTV type style thing to really demonstrate to the viewer what drugs can do to somebody. It kind of possesses our subject as he does the drug.
I was the actor of the film. I was the druggie, and I volunteered to do it.
because I thought we'd have fun doing it.
It was a total student project. I offered them some class time to produce it and to organize it. And then I helped them out with the voiceover when they needed somebody to do it. But otherwise, it was theirs. And for high school sophomores, I think it's a pretty impressive achievement.
Regarding the voiceover, we used Mr. Ballard's voice. As you can see, he has a really deep, powerful voice. And we figured that that was an element that we wanted to grab our audience's attention.
It took us a long time to come up with some of the ideas, but I was sitting in class and I thought up the hook of the about getting high, it's a long way down. And I think the whole class working together, it helped a lot, and we just had a lot of fun doing it. It was a good experience.
I just like to thank Warner Cable for the pizza because it was really good.
That wraps up the Community Television Consortium's 4th Annual Stark County Schools Video Contest First Place Award Winners program. We'd like to thank all the teachers from all across Stark County and their students for their award-winning entries and for every entry because we know how much hard work goes into them. That wraps up our program. Thanks for joining us.